Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers, where today we're going to be looking at the two updates that have just popped up to Space Engineers. First one being the actual main update, so that's the Warfare Evolutions update. And we're also going to be showing the new DLC update that they've added, or the new DLC basically that they've added. It's not really an update, but you want to pay a little bit of money towards the game, and you get a load of other new things, like decorative blocks. So we're going to have a look through all of the different blocks I've added and just have a look, see what they're like, see what my opinion are on them. So without further ado, let's get straight onto the video, shall we? Okay, so we're going to start off with the Warfare Evolutions update. Now this is what is base game, so this is what the game will update with automatically. You have to pay nothing and you get all these things. So starting off strong, we start off with the compact suspension blocks. And oh my god, how long have I waited for this? So, for those who don't know, the normal height of a suspension block, let's do something like this. So if I went to a normal 1x1 suspension block, it would be this big, right? So you can sort of see the height of a normal one. This update, I just need to get a block. This update allows you to build compact suspensions, so being one block high and then the wheel. So be prepared for me to make some more train-based things. I've basically been waiting for this update so I can make cooler looking trains. So yeah, thank you, Keen. Thank you for making this update. So this is the base game wheel, and then this is the, I actually can't remember which one this one is, but it's the wheels I always use. Off-road wheels, yeah. They both look really, really cool. Let's move on to the next one. So the next little update that I've added is the round armor panels. So obviously we had all the different panel blocks, and I've added the round armor variants of them. Now, to be honest, I actually didn't realise that they didn't have these in the game. I didn't really use them that much, but yeah, I'm sure some people will be able to make some cool things out of these blocks. So we'll have to see. So moving on to the next part, we have two things. So starting off, we've added some more signs. So these signs are all base game, where I believe the signs before were part of a decorative pack. So yeah, you can now have access to an arrow, which, don't ask me why, but is slightly lower than every other sign in the game. So if you have OCD, enjoy that. Enjoy the wonky arrow. Well, not wonky, but just slightly lower down. So I don't know why that's been done like that, but, you know, cool. And then we have an Caution AI powered. We have a powered by Good AI, which I really like that symbol. It looks very similar to almost the NVIDIA GeForce sort of thing with a colour scheme. We have this. I don't know the reference, but okay. Notice, memory-based multi-agents, whatever that says. So there's a lot of AI stuff, really. Advanced generic AI in use. And then the other thing we have is just a little panel which allows you to access a terminal. We do obviously have the button panel variant, which is part of the DLC. So if I just put that down there, you can sort of see, I think these are designed to sort of go together a little bit. But obviously this is DLC based, so we're not going to look at that. But yeah, so that's these ones. And then moving on to my next favourite part. Ta-da! Yeah. Really, really cool atmospheric thrusters. So at this point, we have 3 different types of atmospheric thrusters. We have what was the base game, we have the sci-fi thrusters, and now we have some more just general base game flat thrusters. And these are really, really cool. Really cool indeed. So if I put a little battery down, You'll see them all spin up. So they're all nicely animated. And so they have a little thrust nozzle where the sort of thrust bar comes out of. And yeah, they spin. Now I haven't tested to see if they spin faster. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's test. So if I had a thruster, I'm going to use this is a mod, by the way, Build Vision. This is not part of the game. This is the best way for me to test. So if I... Oops. They do indeed spin faster when they're thrusting at maximum speed. Okay, that's cool. Okay, good to know. Anyway, back to the showcase. So we have basically 4 different variants. 2 are the small size, and then 2 are the large size. So we have the first one, which is a nice rounded edge, and then a flat base for you to connect something to. And I believe you can attach to any side, so that's fine. And you can also attach to the front of these. Obviously, you can't really attach to the back because that's where the thrust nozzle is. You have the next variant, which is just a square variant. So where this one is the rounded one, this one's just a square, so you can place it in the middle of a bit of armor if you needed to or whatever. And then we have a large variant, which is basically the exact same as a small one, but bigger. And that's the corresponding to having the large and small thrusters. So, yeah. In terms of what you can build onto the large ones, you may look, so the corner ones you can't build on, but this middle cross you can, as long as you're either intersecting with this main sort of stem or the outside one. If I got a block, something like this, and I try to attach it like that, you can sort of see. So because the attachment point of this would be inside the thrust bit, you can't place it. And that goes for the same as this one, where any other block, actually, cool. You can't place them in the top corners, but on this one you can place it basically anywhere. Cool. And that shows all of the different Warfare Evolution blocks that they've added to the game. Nice and easy. So now we're going to move on to the Decorative Block Pack 3, which, like I said, is a DLC. So if you are not bothered about the DLC, that's basically where this video is going to end. Or if you want to see all the DLC blocks, stay tuned for a little bit longer. Okay, so the Decorative Blocks is quite a bit bigger than the Warfare Evolutions update. Adding quite a few more blocks than before. So we're going to start from the beginning and slowly work through, as I always do. So starting with the first thing, these are our barrels. For some reason, Keen decided, let's add some barrels. So these barrels have different inventory amounts, as you can see. And so if you go to the top of this one, also has an inventory amount. And they look pretty cool. We've got some writing on the sides. I really like this palette design. It's just holding them all, grabbing them all in the centre. You have just a couple barrels chucked on the ground and then a singular one. And then you also have this barrel, which is not like the others. As you can see. This is an alternative for the warhead. So this is an explosive barrel, and it works the exact same as a warhead. You have to arm a warhead, and then you have all the countdown, or you can just detonate it. I'm not going to do that here because I don't want to blow up all this grid. I do it at the end. Moving on to the second part of this decorative pack, we have 2 different things here. First of all, we have a cab, which looks really nice. Have a little hatch at the top, a little door at the back, and a nice little view out the front. And I believe the whole point they added this was because obviously they added the smaller wheels and they want you to be able to build smaller vehicles, so they added a little tiny cabin. And it looks good. I like it. See? Door, you can access the door to the back, or you can just click on any of the windows, or even the hatch at the top. So yeah, nice little block there. And the other thing we've got is a nice little, I believe this is a crate, it's called. Yeah. Cargo crate, yes. And it has a nice little animation to open, and then you can access a little block here, which gives you some inventory space. And I really liked the fact that Keen have started actually having animation-y based stuff. It makes the game feel a little bit more alive. So you can access it from both sides. Yeah, I like it. Alright. Okay, so the next couple of blocks that we're going to be looking at are the round beacon blocks. So there's two different types, obviously. We have the large block variant and we have a small grid variant. And I just have to say immediately, these are really, really cool looking. Like, I don't know about you guys, but these really do give me sort of Star Wars vibes. Sort of what you would see on Tatooine or something. Little, like, communication towers. You'd have just, like, a little tower and then this right on the top. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So I don't believe there's any interface where you can actually access them on this big or small variant. So you'd have to go into a terminal. But it has all the same stuff. You know, you can go from massive radius to a little tiny radius. And yeah, you can rename the beacon so you know what it actually says and all that. Beacons are beacons. It's just a different looking beacon, really. Okay, so the next couple of blocks we're going to look at are the colorable solar panels, and it is basically what it implies. These solar panels, unlike the base game solar panels, are entirely paintable, so you can paint them whatever color you want. They have a little scaffolding in the middle, double-sided as you can see. And yeah, so if I wanted to make them blue, you can make them blue. If I wanted to make them hot pink, yes, I can make them hot pink. Or if I want to have them as the orange, I can have them as the orange. And this is just really cool. So as you can see, we have the full-size solar panel, and we have a little triangle shape, which on its own allows you just to make some cooler looking solar panels rather than just them being the whole square bricks. So this, let's say this one's generating 146 kilowatts. This one is generating 73, which for those who are really good at maths is exactly half of what this one can generate because it is exactly half the size. Keen actually decided to do the maths on it, which is really cool. So yeah, the backs are the same, and these aren't technically two separate solar panels. It's just one panel. So this side is generating the exact same amount as this side. So moving on to the next blocks that they've added to the decorative pack, we have some different LCD panels. So starting off, we have the 45-degree corner panel. We have the block panel, so insert LCD panel. And that's literally just a full-size grid block with an LCD on it. And we have the round LCD panel. And I really like this because it actually wraps the whole text around it. Looks really good. I like it. And then we also have, I believe it is called the hollow. Yeah, the hollow LCD. And it's what it basically implies. It's a hologram. So the little block is just up top here. And if I turned it off, yep, it just disappears. Or if I turn it back on, yep, you can pass straight through it. And I feel like some people are going to do some really cool stuff with this. But yeah, so that's those ones. And I just, you know, put together a couple little things. So if you had, you know, the block and two of the 45-degree ones, you could have a nice wraparound display, which could look really cool. Or you could have some pillars with LCD panels all around, giving random pieces of information, which I think would also look really cool in like a big base of some kind, or a ship, or literally anything. But yeah, that's these ones. So the next blocks we're going to look at are the scaffolding set blocks. And these are really cool, so you can walk through them, as you can see. So they hold literally zero sort of pressure or anything. You can walk through these ones. And it's just really cool, because a lot of people, when I still have a hot pink, nice. A lot of people, when they try and sort of build really cool things, they'll, especially in creative or whatever, they'll build a thing and then they'll grind a block down to its Grind it down to its sort of base form. I know it looks cool for certain ones, but yeah, the Keen's actually decided to add some proper sized blocks. So we have certain ones with little walkways. Now these ones you can't actually crawl through. For some reason it's an invincible barrier or it's glass or something, I don't know. But that goes for all of these different ones. So we have the corner block, so you can walk around here. We have a different corner piece. Actually, so what this one's called? This one's called a corner. This one's called a corner inverted. Okay. Yeah, we have a 45-degree one. We have a corner base here. We have a scaffolding walkway half block. So it's just a little end piece, almost. We have the ladder, which is functioning, of course. You can see. Which also looks really cool. And yeah, we just have a little half block here. So they've added a load of different blocks, which I'm sure this community will use extensively in different signs of ships and stations and stuff, and they'll make them look really cool. I personally, at the moment, don't really know what I'd use them for, but I'm sure I'll find a use for them at some point. So the next block that they've decided to add is a wind turbine. Right, so this one is a 5x5. This one is a 3x3. Okay, so this one is a lot bigger, as you can probably tell. But they look unique and I like them. Yeah, very nice. So moving on to the next set of, the next thing they've added to the decorative blocks pack is a new armor type. And now this armor type is really, really cool. So this one is called the Worn armor. It's just down at the bottom here. And like I say, you need the DLC to be able to access this armor, but yeah, I think it looks really, really cool. You can sort of see all the different pipes and wiring and stuff just being sort of carved out. You can imagine this on like a really damaged ship. Yeah, really cool. When you get a little bit closer, you realise it is just a complete texture, but I still think it's still effective from a distance. I quite like it. And then we're going to move on to the final part of the decorative blocks update, and that is all of the different insert parts, really. So we have the insert cryo room, which is just a little like cryopod inside a little block. We have the different variant of the medical room, the corner one. So it has the same place where you can change all your different suit items, and you can also heal from it and get power and get oxygen and hydrogen and all that. Same as the vanilla base game one. It's just a retexture. This one has 2 different ports, one on each side, rather than it being on the top and bottom. So that's a little bit different. But overall, looks nice and snazzy. We have 3 different bed variants. We have the half bed, which looks a little bit like this. We have the open half bed, which looks a little bit like this. And what I really like about these ones is they actually have like little shutter doors. Same with this one. So you can sort of imagine that you get into bed and you close the shutter and you have a bit of privacy. As long as you're not claustrophobic. But yeah, overall, really nice blocks. And then we have a full-size block, which is a little bit bigger. Has a little storage for you to dump some stuff. Almost a little cabinet. Obviously, the bed works. Apparently, you sleep on the side on this one. I don't quite know why it's different to these ones. I guess it's a slightly bigger bed. No, not really. You just sleep on the side. And it has a little plushie and a little, I guess it could be an alarm clock, it could be a little panel, I don't really know. But they've added just a little bit of detail. I guess that could be maybe a TV, I don't know. But overall, really cool block. You can access the little cabinet from the side as well. But yeah, really, really cool block. The next one, and this one is probably my favourite. As you can probably tell, it is the aquarium, insert aquarium block. And yeah, I feel like this is what the game needs more of. More life, you know, animations which actually sort of like just make you feel like you're not just completely alone. Like obviously I play multiplayer a lot, so I don't really feel alone, but yeah, adding just a little bit of this. Really nice. So it's got a high water pressure or high pressure sign. You can sort of see the little aquarium pump down at the bottom. And yeah, you can see it from the side. And yeah, the rest of the block's just that. But yeah, I really, really like this block. I could watch it for quite a long time. But I'm not going to, because that'll be boring for you guys. So we're going to move on to the next block, which is the... I can't remember what this is called. Insert couch. So it's just a little sofa. Which has a nice little tree plantation thingamajig on the side. Add just a little bit of colour. Looks really nice. And yeah. I think a lot of this decorative stuff is just to try and make the place look a little bit more lively. A bit more alive. Have things going on sort of thing. And yeah, I like the greenery. I like the little red. I think it looks really good. Moving on, we have the insert button panel. It's a full block again, which has a big screen on this side with 3 buttons. And it has 2 little displays here. And it is literally all just to, you have the 3 displays which you can set to different things. And there you have the 3 buttons. And yeah, it's just a little like console block. You can imagine having this in a bridge or something, or just a little engineering room or anything. And it just, yeah, looks probably a little bit better than just having a button panel somewhere. And it just slot into the wall. And obviously if you wanted to, you could just have, you know, a face, or you could have just this face. You know, you don't have to have the corner fully visible. You can do whatever you want to do. Next one is we have an entertainment corner, what it's just actually called. Which I don't really get why it's called a corner when it's literally just a 1 block face, but yeah. And it's just a different type of jukebox, I believe. Yeah. You know jukeboxes, you know how they work. But yeah, it almost just looks like a big TV. Some speakers. And then a little plush, little viewer plushes, mugs, a couple of books, a couple of discs, a little console of some kind for a little controller, and a little game for the controller. It looks like could be, you know what, it might even be compressed oxygen kit. Interesting. That's cool. You can access a little these as well. I like that controller design. Anyway, so yeah, so I've added quite a lot of detail to all these different blocks. Moving on, we have the bookcase, or the bookshelf, which again has a couple of little plushies and has a load of different books. Kind of cool. You can imagine having this in a little room. It's got a couple of mugs on the side. And a little interface, just so you can put a little bit of stuff in it if you wanted to. Again, a drawer at the bottom. So it's all the same. So this one and this one is all just the same interface. It's just multiple ways to access it. And last but not least, we have the insert kitchen block, which is, again, really nice. We have a little oven with some hobs, a couple of knives, looks like, knife board. We have a nice little fridge, I guess it could be, which is just an interface for the actual block's cargo. Medical kit goes to the same one, and this little CO2 fire extinguisher, it looks like. Yeah, we have some cupboards, more cupboards, a light under there, a little coffee machine for the, you know, cosmic coffee, microwave, don't know what that could be, little sink, and a little draining board or something, bin, maybe, because it says push. Maybe the bin slides out. Maybe that's the bin. I don't know. But, you know, they're just really nice blocks, and I think these go together really nicely. Like, you know, you have your little cups for your having your cosmic coffee, but then you just have your little cups here. All in all, quite a few blocks have been added to the game, and I could go on for longer, but we're already getting at the half an hour mark. So, yeah, I'm going to end it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. It shows that the Space Engineers series and all the stuff I do on this game is appreciated and all that. As always, my name's been Quantum Chief, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!